Hi guys, I still have to weave in some ends, but this is how it looks. I think that's pretty cute. I'm planning probably to put a bottom right here, and yeah, this is the final result. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Clara, and today I got something really cool for you, a crochet hexagon cardigan or jacket. It's super cozy and stylish, so grab your hooks and let's get started. Oh, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Your support means the world to me and helps me keep making these awesome projects. Alright, let's dive into some yarn magic. For this project, I'm using a little less than this, and I'm using each this color, the cream one and the black, and 5mm crochet hook, scissors, stitch markers, measuring tape. We're gonna start with the magic ring. We wrap our finger like so. We insert our hook under this strand of yarn, and then we yarn over, pull through. Now we're gonna make a chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. And now we're gonna make 2 more double crochets into the ring. That is 1 and 2. We're gonna make chain 2, and now we're gonna repeat. We're gonna make 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And now we're gonna make chain 2, 1 and 2, and we are going to repeat 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 2. And if you see, we have 1, 2, 3 groups of 3 double crochets, and we are separating them with chain 2. Now we're gonna continue until we have 6 of these groups. So let's go ahead and make another 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, chain 2, 1, 2, and let's repeat 3 more double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're gonna make chain 2 and the last group of 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Now the last 2 chains, chain 1, chain 2, and now we're gonna slip a stitch in the 3rd chain from the beginning, chain 3, and we're going to close the round. Now we can close the magic ring, which is gonna be our first round. Now just slip a stitch in the next one. Now we need to get to the corner space, but we are going to change colors. We can cut that yarn. We're gonna make slip knot and right before the corner, we're gonna slip a stitch with the new yarn. And now we're gonna start with chain 3, 2 more double crochets right in that corner space. Now we're gonna chain 2, and in the same corner space we're gonna make another 3 double crochets. 2 and 3. Now we're gonna go to the next chain 2 space and we're gonna repeat. So we're gonna make 3 double crochets, 1, 2 and 3, and now we're gonna chain 2 and 3 more double crochets into that same corner space, 1, 2 and 3, and we're gonna repeat. And we're gonna continue with the same pattern around. I'll meet you guys right at the end. And right here at the end, we're gonna slip a stitch in the third chain from the beginning chain 3. To join, we're gonna slip a stitch again, 1 time, 2 times. Now you can cut that working yarn, and we're gonna go back to the black color. We're gonna start with the slip knot again, and right before the slip stitch to get to the corner space, we're gonna join again the black yarn, slip a stitch right there, secure the yarn, and we're gonna start with the chain 3 and 2 more double crochets into that chain space. And now we're gonna chain 2, 1, 2, 3 more double crochets in the same chain space or corner space. Now we're gonna go to the space between these 2 groups, and we're gonna make 3 double crochets, 1, 2 and 3. And now we're gonna go to the chain 2 space or corner space, and we're gonna make 3 double crochets, 3, and now chain 2 and 3 double crochets. Now we're going to work in this space between the 2 groups, and we're gonna make 3 double crochets, 1, 2 and 3. And now we're gonna go to the chain 2 space or corner space, and we're gonna make 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, chain 2 and 3 more double crochets. So remember, when we're working in a corner space, we always make 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. And when we're working in between the groups, we just make 3 double crochets. So let's continue with that. 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and we continue with the same pattern around, and I'll meet you right at the end. Now I got here to the end. We're gonna slip a stitch and the 3rd chain from the beginning chain 3 to join. We're gonna slip a stitch again until we get to the corner space, and we're gonna join the white yarn. I still have one more slip stitch to get to the corner space, and I'm just gonna fasten off, and I'm gonna join the white color. So we're gonna continue crocheting rounds until our hexagon measures from the center to one side about 13 inches, and then for sizing up we're gonna continue increasing 2 inches, which is about 4 rounds. So I meet you guys when you have about 13 inches total, which is about 26 rounds. So I'll meet you guys right then. I'm gonna start crocheting right at the top of the back panel. I'm gonna insert my hook in the front loop only of this panel. I'm gonna join my yarn, and now I'm gonna find the corresponding stitch in this panel, and I'm gonna insert my hook in the back loop only, like so. I'm gonna keep my working yarn at the back, and I'm gonna yarn over and pull through. Now I'm gonna repeat. I'm just gonna go ahead and insert my hook in the front loop only in this panel, keeping my yarn right at the back. I'm gonna find my corresponding stitch in this panel, and I'm gonna insert my hook in the back loop only. Then I'm gonna yarn over and I'm gonna pull through. So we're gonna keep doing this. We're gonna just go ahead and keep joining to the end of the back panel, and I'll meet you guys right there. I'm using these stitch markers right here to mark the neck area, and I'm leaving here about 10 inches. And here I'm using these stitch markers to assemble the sleeves, and that helped me also to find the corresponding stitches from both panels easily. Now we're gonna start joining the sleeves with the slip stitch method. We're gonna repeat exactly the same we did for the back panels. And I'm gonna start right at the corner of one of the panels, and I'm gonna attach my yarn right there. And now we're gonna make a chain that determines the width of the ribbon. I'm gonna start with a chain 7. 1 is the turning chain, and now in the second chain from the hook I'm gonna make a single crochet, and I'm gonna continue until I get to the cardigan, making single crochets in each chain, and I'm gonna end up with 6 single crochets. So now I have 4, 5, and 6. Now that I got close to the cardigan, I'm gonna slip stitch in the next stitch, and I'm gonna go ahead and slip stitch in the next stitch too. After I slip stitch 2 times, I'm gonna turn my work, and now I'm gonna make single crochets but just in the back loop. If you turn a little bit your ribbon, you see the V stitch right there. So make sure you make single crochets in the back loop only, and also make sure you end up with the same number of chains or stitches you started with. Since we started with 6, 1 was the turning chain, so now we have to end up with 6 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I turn a little bit the ribbon, and I make sure I'm inserting my hook in the back loop only. Now I'm gonna make a single crochet. So that's 1. Then I go to the next one, 2. I go to the next stitch in the back loop only, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And that is the last stitch I have. Now I'm gonna chain 1, which is the turning chain, and I'm going to turn my work. Make sure 1 is the turning chain, so you have to go to the next stitch, and you always have 6 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now we go to the next stitch in the cardigan, and we slip a stitch. That's 1 time, and we go to the next stitch in the cardigan, and we slip a stitch for the 2nd time, and now we turn our work. And this is going to be the pattern. We're going to continue with this ribbon all the way to the top of the panel, and I'll meet you guys right there. Now we're going to join the yarn right at the bottom corner, and we're gonna start the ribbon right there. We're gonna repeat exactly the same. So I'll meet you guys when you're done with the ribbon for this panel. I got here to the end of the 2nd panel, right in the top corner, and now we're gonna start making the ribbon border for the neck area. Right here we can just fasten off. And we're gonna chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 7 is the turning chain, and then we're gonna go to the 2nd chain from the hook, and we're gonna make a single crochet in each stitch until we get right back to this part of the ribbon. So let's go ahead and make single crochet in 1 stitch. We end up with 6 single crochets. So that's 4, 5, and 6. So if you see, we already got to the ribbon area. We're gonna continue the same way we made this ribbon. So let's continue doing that, and I'll meet you guys. And here I finished the ribbon for the neck. I got to the corner. I'm gonna slip a stitch 2 times. And if you notice, I just got to the ribbon border from the panel, and I'm just gonna go ahead and continue making the ribbon from the neck area until I cover this whole ribbon. Because if you see on the other side, that's how it is. The ribbon border goes right on top of the ribbon border from the other panel. So we have to repeat exactly the same. So yeah, let's continue with the ribbon border until we get to the very end. I'm at the bottom of the cardigan, right at the corner of the ribbon border, and that's exactly right at the corner where I'm going to join the yarn. I already have a slip knot, and I'm gonna join right there, and I'm gonna make again chain 6. It's 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7. And I'm going to continue with the same pattern around the bottom of the cardigan, and that's going to be the last part. So let's do that, and I'll meet you right at the end.